I don't got time to answer 100 questions. Like, I'm not a child.
Other cultures take pride in taking care of their woman. We have issues with even having our men commit.
It's a two-way street. You can't demand my location and you're not gonna be forthcoming with yours.
If you don't feel comfortable giving your location, if you don't want it to be checked, then don't give it.
I don't think that's the case.
You don't disagree with everything.
I'm not disagreeing. The man who has $10 that gives you $10 is more effort than the man who has $1,000 that gives you 100.
It's nothing.
Do you get what
I 100% agree.
And I think that that's part of the issue. A lot of women go into this not realizing that man has 100 and he gave me 50. Like, that's amazing, because of the fact that she dealt with a man that had 500,000 that gave her 1,000.
And I actually agree with what you're saying, because if you're a multimillionaire, like, flying me out is nothing, taking me in fancy dinners, buying me stuff, it's nothing. It's zero. It's low effort. You know what I mean? So I completely agree with what you're saying, but I will say this. I always had the mindset of, I got a daddy, so I actually don't need anything from you. Because if I need something from you, that puts me in a position to where, like, it's at your will.
Because what I live by is find the woman that wants nothing and do everything in your power to give her the world, because that's who deserves it. You understand? So for me, it isn't even about doing or making sure that you're good. It's about, once again, giving me the responsibility without the respect, having the expectation without the appreciation. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times, especially for men, that's where we pull back, because we go so hard. We go into this giving you whatever we can, taking pride in taking care of you. Mm-hmm. But then when it's treated as if, oh no, this is just what you're supposed to do, we're like, wait a minute.
No, and you're absolutely right. But like I said, I think if you have the position of, I kind of don't need you, it really does help sort of level the playing field. You know what I mean? As far as what expectations are. And then it also, I think, kind of confronts the other person, like, dang, she don't need me? Everybody else need me. Like, what's up with that? And it kind of works in your favor, because they want to do something for you.
It does, but I think that there's a balance with that, and you have to be careful, because
I ain't had no balance.
Because even if you don't need a man, I don't think you should ever tell a man, I don't need you.
I'm gonna be very honest. And like I said, I may have been wrong saying this when I was younger, but I would always make it very clear. You trust me. You ain't got to do nothing for me, baby.
All right. Well, let me crack the window open and let you take a peek into our psyche. God designed us to be needed. So when you tell a man, I don't need you, you're actually denying him.
No. But I'm saying, like, we're talking about finances, right? I'm not saying I don't need you to be a decent person. I don't need you to be observant. Okay. I'm not saying I don't need you to, like.
I understand.
Because at the end of the day, like,
I'm self-sufficient. I can take care of myself.
I don't.
I'm here because I want you here, not because I need you here.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that it really just changes I think it changes the other person's perspective based on whatever their experience has been. When you find somebody and they're like, oh, she ain't asking for nothing, she don't need nothing. In my experience, it's been that's when you get everything.
Yeah, I mean, the want is greater than the need. The fact that you want me here will always be greater than you needing me here, to be honest with you.
Ironically, a lot of men that we've had on this show have stated that they would prefer to be needed versus, so that's my response. You see the wrinkles in your forehead right there?
But see, but listen to what you clarified. The need wasn't that I don't need you
to be a decent fucking human being.
Exactly. So there's still a need, right?
That's not even a need. That is actually like, be a decent fucking human being.
But it's still a need, because look, women may need the validation, right? As far as, babe, you look great today. You look beautiful. Oh my God, that outfit. Babe, the way your booty look in them jeans is crazy, right? And what men need is the simple validation of not just the thank you, but it's babe, could you open this jar for me?
Again, when something ain't my ministry, I need you. Come.
But do this. There's still a need there. To tell a man, I don't need you because I got enough money to pay somebody to do it. That is what makes us feel disregarded. That's what denies us our purpose. And it's like, why am I here with a woman that doesn't need me? in any way whatsoever.
Why does that
But that's
matter?
sometimes
Because sorry, go
I
ahead.
want you to go.
It's no, because it's kind of like contradicting. It's like, what's the value in a woman that doesn't want anything? Because you said get a woman that doesn't want anything and give her everything, but then now you have all these needs that from her. You need her to make you feel like a man. You need her to not be as independent. But it's like you don't want her to ask for anything.
Let me clarify. Be with a woman that doesn't want anything other than your love, attention, and your time.
Okay.
Love
So you
that.
could-
And being a
That's all I'm here
decent
for.
human being.
Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is a woman that doesn't want anything other than your love.
But what
your
is the
attention.
value in that? Because like if we're building a future together, I want the best for our future. So if, for example, if you have something going on, I want to be there for you. If I have something going on, I
Right.
would hope and want for you to be a part of that or want to be a part of that. So if I need something that has to do with my business, or if I need something that has to do with anything I have going on, you would prefer basically for me not to ask you.
No, I
No.
mean, what you're talking about sounds like support. And I think
Well,
that should go both ways.
Like in many different categories, I'm saying though. So
Yeah,
I'm
not just
saying-
support for your business, but
Right.
support all around.
But this is my thing. If I need help in any category, are some of them an issue for you
Let's.
if we're together?
I think where that comes is, and I think that a lot of times women don't think about this. Women are so concerned with a man creating a safe space,
Yes.
and they don't realize that men need a safe space as well.
Yes.
You understand? And
But I feel like women naturally do that.
no, they
No, they
don't
don't.
naturally do
They do
that.
not.
That, to be honest with you, most times they don't do that.
And actually, I'm sorry to cut you off. How do you create a safe space in your relationship? How about that?
I'm just kidding.
I feel like I'm just the ultimate safe space. So you don't want to ask me that. Like,
But
I
I'm
just-
saying you said you feel like women do that naturally.
because
So,
I
like,
feel like I'm
what does that
someone
look
that
like?
you can be very transparent with, open, honest with. I feel like you can talk to me about anything. If there's something difficult going on in your life, I'm the person that you would want to come to first, because I'm never going to make you feel bad about whatever it is you're going through or your situation. I'm going to be the person that holds you down in all categories. So I feel as though that's something simple that as a woman I've always provided. I'm not someone who's just here to just, oh, let's have a good time. It's like, what do you need? It should be both of us working together.
Actually, so even though like Jada comes off like a certain way,
Chaotic.
I don't believe it.
That's just a show.
it's my job.
No.
It's my job.
no, like
It is a job.
so like
cameras.
like I think that even but I'm saying like perception is reality. So whatever people see generally is what they're gonna believe to be true. So I think even though Jada comes off as crazy or wild or whatever,
I do.
no, right. And the thing is that she knows it, but I also like just over the years, I can 100% see that Jada is a nurturer,
100%.
like much more than I am. Much more than I am,
It's okay.
because a lot of times when I speak on the podcast, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for I see myself as Black woman. So sometimes I'll be like, I'll speak to you and it makes it seem like it's my situation, but it's not my situation. It's I am my auntie, I am my sister, I am my homegirls. So I be upset for them from seeing other people's experiences. I'm upset for the outcome of so many other relationships that I've been a witness to. So for me, I just be upset because of sometimes just the culture of us,
No, I can understand it because, I mean, look, I have 3 daughters. And one thing having 3 daughters has done is allowed me to see the world through a woman's eyes, right? And I say this to my male friends. I'm like, bro, can you fathom living a life where 90% or the majority of your interactions with the opposite sex is either for them to manipulate you out of something in your pants or to manipulate you out of something? Like, that's a very scary world to live in.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because, once again, my daughter's being out 11, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I literally will not go to sleep until they walk through the door because I see the world through their eyes. And I'm like, damn, like as a man, I can literally go to a club in the city, lose my wallet, end up on the train, fall asleep on the train, and make it home safe. That's not the experience for a young lady.
Question, do you think that you're an outlier with respect to that? Or do you think that men generally feel that way?
If you want me to be totally honest with you.
No, lie to me.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying that. And she's like, no, like, I think that's the thing with you. Like, you see the world through your lens and you think that everyone is just like you. and that's not the case.
Mhm.
You know, so I'm coming to learn, right? That it's not necessarily like that, but it's just that I'm not arrogant enough to believe that I'm special enough to be the only person like myself
Mhm.
in the world. You understand? So me existing is hope for me. Like, no, there have to be others like me out there. You know, but I do also understand that I've lived a unique experience. Once again, I have 3 daughters. My daughter's mother died when she was 13. I was raising my daughter since 13 on my own, you know.
Is this your 27-year-old?
A 22-year-old.
Okay, the younger.
Yeah, and I have a certain sensitivity towards women, right? But at the same time, I always say that I'm just like every other man in just as many ways as I'm different.
Mhm.
You know, and me accepting that and understanding that is also my advantage because I'm not sitting here like I'm perfect. No, I'm flawed, just like every other man, right? At the core, I'm just like every other man. I have the same desires, but at the end of the day, I have the discipline and the self-awareness to be able to go, yo, that's not okay. Because for me, the bar that I set for myself is if I can't say that I would be proud for any one of my daughters to walk through my front door with a clone of myself, then there's something wrong. And I can honestly say, if any one of my daughters walked through my front door with a man just like myself, I'd be happy.
And it wasn't always like that, though.
No, it wasn't always
No,
like
it wasn't.
that. This
That's-
is where I've gotten. This
Mhm.
is where I've grown to.
I can relate to that, 1,000%. Because the old me, no.
Exactly.
Get him out the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Like bad boys at the door, like, what you doing with my
Block that number.
Well, you know, I always wonder about that. Like men that have daughters, it's like you behave in a particular way. However, you teach your daughters something totally different.
I'd say men that have daughters that are present in their lives. Because there is a
Oh, well, I mean, that's what I meant.
all right.
I don't mean just having a kid somewhere out in the atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean by you teach your daughter something totally different?
You're not the example of what you would want your
Yeah.
daughter to date. It's like you want your daughters to be with a good man that'll treat her right and, you know, do all of the things that good men do. But you're not a good man yourself. And you don't show that to your daughters.
I think that
You don't practice what you preach.
one of the things with us as human beings, especially parents, we don't teach our kids to prepare for the good scenario. We only equip them to prepare for the bad. And I think that that's part of the problem, right? We're teaching our daughters, be careful for the bad man, right? Make sure that you can take care of yourself. We're teaching our sons. I mean, to a degree, it's kind of the flip side, although I think that it's kind of the same, but I think that just as human beings, we're always preparing for the bad scenario. Like we only learn from the bad experiences.
I've been actually paying attention to that and noticing that a lot more now. For example, when you tell a story to your mom or your grandmother or an uncle or anything, and it's like it's your experience and it triggered you or traumatized you, and you're sitting there telling them like you don't remember, and they're just like no, like that was just another day in their life.
Yeah.
So it even goes back to like traumatic situations that I'll see on. I don't know. This is a bad topic, but for example, there was a situation that happened with the girl Krishan and her sister, right? But again, that was
Yeah.
that was she went through an experience supposedly with her sister, and her sister was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But at the same time, that is that girl's memory and her traumatic experience. And the other person is saying, I don't remember, which brought me back to a time I was like, you know what? If I told this person that made me feel uncomfortable when I was younger, they probably wouldn't remember. So I think that is a true statement. Like sometimes people experience things that are bad, and it like shapes a lot of the way they shapes the way they operate with their life in their life moving forward. But the other people, like, you know, it ain't nothing to them. Like,
It was a Thursday.
right.
Yeah.
I was smoking a cigarette. I didn't mean to drop it on your leg and burn you. I don't even remember that.
Everybody's living in like their own reality,
Yeah.
their own version of reality. So
The same person that you want your kid to like grow up and be, they should also see that in you. And I'm saying, I'll give you a perfect example. 9 times out of 10, we were all like raised by boomers, you know, whether they were young boomers, old boomers, whatever. That generation was like, go get your education, go do something and be productive to the point where you can always take care of yourself.
Don't be a teen parent.
Well, yeah, like well, I'm just saying, but like you can survive without another person, i.e., a man. Because I've never in my life from any man in my family heard, oh, oh, don't worry about it. You have a husband.
Mhm.
Don't worry. It's always like
Are most of the people in your family married?
either they're married or were married and now divorced or widowed or
And that's
whatever.
another thing. That's another experience that you had that helped to shape your future. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Whereas there's so many people who don't necessarily have that experience.
Mhm.
And I honestly, like through research that I've done, I've learned that because of the way we are as Black people, like, I don't know, there's some type of fear in a lot of relationships to either commit or to have that responsibility of like family. And then that affects the whole family dynamic for a lot of African Americans, which is, I
I
feel like,
mean, I do also think that that's part of the issue, right?
yeah.
I think as parents, it's necessary for us to step outside of ourselves, right? I have something I always say, which is parents make mistakes and children pay for it for the rest of their lives. You know, I'll give you a perfect example. My daughter, 8 years old, I was in a relationship for 4 years, the only relationship outside of her mother she's ever seen me in. And when we broke up, my daughter cried because she knew my girlfriend very well. And I took it upon myself to sit my daughter down. And I said, hey, I need to have a conversation with you. I know that you watched me be with this woman for 4 years. You watched us break up. You watched me and your mother be together. You watched us break up. You watched your mother and her boyfriend be together. You watched us break up. That's not the way it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to meet someone, fall in love, get married, right?
Mhm.
That's what it's supposed to be. And I think we don't take the time to have these conversations with our kids that my life is not a model of what life is supposed to be.
To be honest, I don't. My parents never. My parents are married though, but so I guess they never had to tell me that. But I came to that conclusion of what it's supposed to be step by step just by watching TV.
No, you
To be
can't say
honest.
that because your parents were married. So
They were, but we
subconsciously,
honestly, I don't have parents that have like serious conversations, good
but the
conversations with
fact
me
that
at
your
all.
parents were married, you can't say that there wasn't an example of what it's supposed to be. The reason
I would
I
not
took the
use my
time,
parents' marriage as
Wait.
I
an
knew you were about to
example.
say that.
I understand, but the reason
I just wanted to preface that
No,
they were married.
I understand, but the reason I had that conversation with my daughter is because I understood that my life was not the example of what I wanted her life to be. I don't want you to grow up thinking, oh, so I'm supposed to be with a guy, we're together for a couple of years, we break up, then I'm with another guy. No, I need to verbalize this to you because I can't leave it to chance, right? It's the same way how when my daughter's mother died, I didn't leave my daughter's mental state to chance. I got her a therapist. I didn't want to take a chance with that. And I think that it's the same. If I understand that the life that my daughter is watching is not necessarily the perfect example, none of us are perfect.
When you're in a relationship now, there's so many outside distractions. So now it's like, yes, you have the conversation with your daughter, but now is she going to have issues with, like settling? You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, my dad is going to be disappointed if I don't stay with this person because,
But that's why balance is important, right? For instance, I always told my daughter, you never judge a person by their appearance, but you always remember that you're going to be judged by yours, right?
So is that teaching her how to be in a relationship with a man that's either good or got it or not?
It does because like I told her, there are times when I was good, there was times I didn't have it to do for Christmases,
Right.
and you've never looked at me different.
Mhm.
So the truth is, you're going to go out there in the world. I don't want to set you up to be manipulated.
Mhm.
So don't think every man is going to be like me.
Right.
A lot of them aren't.
Mhm.
But when you find that man that loves you the way that I do, you love him and respect him the way you love and respect me. You've never judged me when I couldn't. You understand? So you treat him how you treat me.
Right.
To me, that's the balance.
That's natural when you love someone.
A lot of dads, because they love their daughter so much, want what they think is the best. But they're actually teaching their daughters to be women that they wouldn't want.
Don't you think it is also valuable to prepare your child to, like, okay, you don't have to be with a man that's rich, but you want to be with a man that's stable enough because they're gonna have your grandchildren, and they're gonna have like you
Mm.
want for her to at least like
No, because
That's down the
long as
line.
that man has a great character,
okay.
I'm not concerned. He's gonna deliver. As a matter of fact, he's gonna die before he doesn't deliver. So for me, the concern is character. It's not. It's
I don't
character.
know.
The
He's gonna die before he doesn't deliver.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Went over my
When-
head.
what I mean by that is he will die trying. Right?
Okay.
The man
If he
with
has good
character,
character.
integrity, the man who is motivated, is going to do everything he can to figure it out. And guess what? And if life doesn't deal him the cards to figure it out, he still deserves to have a good one. You have to understand, the man that will give you the world, right? Because he can, isn't the man that will die for you.
Mhm.
And the man that can't give you the world isn't necessarily the man that won't die for you. And this is what I'm saying, where we have to really get down to it, to the foundation of where is really the value? Where is the value? The value is in the sacrifice. That's the value. Who's willing to sacrifice for you? And too many times we confuse the man who has excess that can give us access, but he's not sacrificing a damn thing.
And
So
transactional.
back in the day, I just feel as though everyone had so much more privacy that relationships last longer, like marriages and everything. And I just feel as though like now there's too much access. Your location, now that's an issue in relationships. Oh, let me see your DMs. Oh, let me see your text message. Let me go into your deleted messages. Let me look into your photos that have been in your
Or
iPhone
simply
since
Yeah, but
2016.
it doesn't have to be.
pictures you're liking.
What you're saying
Like,
doesn't have
something
to
as
be.
simple as that. Not even going into their like private stuff.
Back in the day, you could still like,
What day we talking about?
that
Day
day.
to day.
That day.
We talking about like the 60s?
That day when you had to leave a message.
We talking
for
about the
somebody.
80s?
When you had to leave messages on people's phone, or you had to wait for your baby to come home because there wasn't no cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel as though people got away with more, and that's why relationships seem like they were so much easier. But I think now it's so much harder because back then, I know we were all human still, and they were still doing the same thing.
I don't think that's why it's harder.
I think you're betting on the unknown, because back in the day you didn't know much.
Yeah.
And now
I think it's better.
Because
Like
there
that.
was no way to know.
You would rather have less knowledge about what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's better.
I
for
think
both
I
parties.
feel like that's what she's saying. That's why they lasted longer.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
think relationships are not lasting
Because
I don't
people
think-
don't know and can't know.
I don't think that's the case. And I'm gonna tell you this, like, I've had the privilege.
Are you gonna disagree with everything?
No, I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
No. Hold on. I'm just trying to give a different
That's why people in
perspective,
the
right?
comments loved him. They're like, get those 3 witches.
Yeah.
No. I need you.
Are there witches?
Alan loves it.
Let me tell you something. I had the privilege, right? I had the privilege of living through so many different eras, right? I lived through 8 tracks, cassette tapes, vinyl, CDs, DVDs,
8 tracks?
right?
All that. Me
All of
too.
that, all of that, right?
Is that Beijing?
Harps.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I remember when a man used to walk into a room and see a woman across the room, and his thought wasn't, I want to hit that. His thought was, that's my wife.
Music
Right.
video.
I remember this.
Love that.
90s.
Yearners.
I remember this.
Crying in the rain.
Yes, I remember this because I experienced this so many times. And what I'm telling you is, it's not about what social media and the internet has changed externally. It's about what has changed internally.
Internally,
I have
yeah.
a very specific like image of that in my head. I don't know why. The setting is Golden Crust. And there's a
Golden-
man selling like the
DVDs.
outside.
She didn't know what they was
The
called.
bootleg.
That's
The
your husband?
bootleg
Bootlegger.
DVD. No, but that's just back in the day when you see the girl from across the room. I don't know why I'm in a GK.
But people were more content then because now also people weren't being exposed to much then, right? Even
That's
myself.
probably the main difference. the
Yeah,
exposure.
people weren't exposed to many things. There weren't a lot of people that were viral and famous.
There's
all types of
so
stuff.
many things
No, seriously,
in like
because
the past
But
20 years.
but
there weren't BBL.
let's also think about
Go ahead.
what was music, what was television preaching, pushing back then.
Right, and
Cosby
social
Show.
media
When you're
affects
thinking
that.
about a different world, when you're thinking about Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, you're thinking about Black Love, you're thinking about Queen Latifah.
I mean, Little Kim was out.
You can't turn on your television without seeing FBITCH's
Mhm.
Get Money.
Yeah.
In all honesty, like, we have to be honest with ourselves.
Absolutely.
You understand? So at the end of the day, you have to say, this is what we're becoming, or is this what we're being programmed to
It's
become?
programming.
I think so. Actually, I think it's programming, but I also think that we have to feed into it in order for it to program us.
We don't have to do anything.
No. That's not. I'm not saying we have to.
Oh, in
I'm
order for it to
saying
program us.
in
Yeah.
order for programming to happen,
Right.
you have to be in a position to even receive that kind of stuff.
Because like she just said, there wasn't BBLs, right? And then before, before, if you got surgery, they looked at you like you were crazy. Nobody even wanted to tell if you
Even
had strands in their
weave.
hair.
Yep.
Thank you. You didn't even want anyone to know if you had weave in your hair.
They'd be like,
So-
girl, you seen Keisha with that?
Oh, her track was show. I know that wasn't her real hair. I mean, it was this
Mhm.
girl pretending to have real hair in my high school, and we was like, "Girl, like, is that really your real hair?"
Natural progression. Where do you think surgery culture came from? In the 80s and 90s, surgery was a European thing. It
Mhm.
wasn't a black thing.
Mhm.
It's the same thing that's been happening.
right.
But it's not. It's still not a black thing.
It's
No, it's not a.
Surgery isn't a black thing
No.
No,
anymore.
it's becoming like it's becoming.
It's more prevalent
Yes.
among us, but it's still not a black.
You literally
thing.
cannot
No.
sit in a room without 2 or 3 BBLs being around.
But that's not. But you got to understand. Black people were not getting lipo. I mean, they were not getting
Fillers.
fillers
yeah.
and all of that stuff.
Let me okay, but guess what? Guess what Europeans have done since the beginning of time? Europeans taught us violence and then blamed us for violence. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They teach us something and then they demonize us
Mhm.
for doing what they taught us. Because if you look all over the media, what are they saying? Is surgery is what? It's a black thing now.
I ain't never
No, I
seen
ain't never
that.
heard that
I've
either.
never really
They're just making fun of
It
people.
is.
had
Yes.
a race
Wait,
tie.
wait. First of all, let's clarify, because to say that BBL is a black thing is very different from saying that plastic surgery is a black thing.
Because it's not.
It is. It's
But the thing is that
Well, yeah, it is. But
we're conflating two different situations.
so basically, that's what I'm saying. You now are witnessing it more because of what? Like social media.
Your
And on top of that,
proximity.
and your algorithm. When I started following things about, for example, autism, my child is on the spectrum. Those now I have more awareness and I see more of that. And that is what I'm being fed throughout the day. But if those are the things that you follow, and if that's
Mhm.
it's literally about algorithm, because I'm going to tell you, there's way more European women that have
Yes.
their nose done, that have these chin tucks, that have these, they get their facelifts, they get their hairline pushed, they get all types of different.
I actually know
surgeries.
girls that got like nose jobs when we were young.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, in high school,
I-
all the
Exactly.
girls were
I
doing that.
agree, but it's just like the trope of black on black violence, right? That's proximity. Whites commit violence against whites just as much as blacks do against blacks.
Yeah.
But what is the narrative that is pushed?
Well,
Well,
we're
but,
not in control of the media as well.
but we're also
I
not.
know, and I think that that's what it's about. It's about us getting to a point where we begin reclaiming our culture.
Yeah.
We are being fed
Yeah.
our culture. As a writer in Hollywood, this is the part that frustrates me the most. I walk into a writer's room and it's 7 to 8 white writers
On a black show.
writing a black show.
Mhm.
And this is the problem. The problem is they're telling you what they think
You
black
are.
people are. They're
Mhm.
putting it on television. Black people are watching it and striving to become
Mhm.
what these people think they are.
Mhm.
Because I'll tell you, once your show gets picked up, that's what I went through with my show.
I mean, but that
Once we got picked up by Stars, now it's okay. Let's find the version of your show that
Mhm.
works for us.
Mhm.
that just
That's what they were saying about Sinners. That guy, he was like, "Oh, we want to make it more relatable to
Yes.
everybody."
Yes.
And Ryan Coogler was like, "Nah, nigga, like it's
but that's
this for us."
but that's the wealth gap.
When you say that about plastic surgery too, the wealth gap.
What do you mean?
That's why we late to it, and now we getting blamed for it.
Good point.
Yes, like we're late to the party, but now we're the ones that are just affecting we're the problem in it.
Well, but you know why? Because like we're very much
tension with it now.
we're very much like copied, emulated, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Even with black women, it's like, you can watch everyone copy what black women do, but we're the ones with the attitudes and we're crazy. But
Yeah.
I know crazier Latinas than white women.
Can,
Way
can I-
crazier.
Can I want to go
That's what they cooking and cleaning while they being crazy.
And I cook and clean.
same.
I'm just saying.
I have zero friends that don't cook and clean.
Yeah, zero. I don't understand why everybody's making it seem like, oh, black women aren't cooking and cleaning.
Because
We've been cooking and
wait,
cleaning.
wait,
It literally
I'm gonna-
has never
I'm
stopped.
gonna-
Where do you think collard greens
I'm
and
gonna-
ham hocks came from?
wait. I'm going to tell you why they're acting like that, because, and it's not an accurate depiction, but the loudest people in the room are the
Yes.
black women that aren't cooking and cleaning.
Yes.
And they're all over the place saying, I don't cook, I don't clean. And this is what a man has to do. I am a strong, masculine, militant black man, but I am that same black man that will wash dishes. I am that same black man that if my woman cooks 2 days out the week, on the third day, I'm like, babe, you ain't got to cook. I'll cook today. And she's like, babe, you sure? Yes. You did it twice this week. And I appreciate it. No, I'm saying this because maybe it's not heard enough,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'll give you a perfect example.
Well, they'll call y'all a simp.
Listen,
No, but I'm saying like, so that is
but that's
what people will retort when
yeah.
you be like, oh, I take care of my wife. I will cook. I will do X, Y, and Z. They be like, oh, that nigga's a simp.
Yeah, but guess what?
Sassy.
I'm well aware that
Simple
I'm well
sassy.
aware, but I'm well
Yeah,
aware.
sassy.
I'm well aware that the world is going in one direction, and if I'm going to affect change, to change that, there's going to be resistance. So listen, I've been called a simp. I've been called this, that. I could care less, especially when it's coming from a percentage of the population that I don't even respect.
Right.
That, again, but that goes back to what you just said about those who are the loudest. You understand what I'm saying? So there, you on Instagram or whatever social media, and you're saying like what your life is, and they be like, oh, this nigga's a simp. You have 1 million people
Yeah, of course.
in the comments,
listen,
Right.
But the thing is that you have to understand how that same programming you got.
Right.
So if you're going to some comments, right, and you actually think, okay, it's reasonable for the other person in the house who also works or whatever, that it's reasonable that they do X, Y, and Z. But then when you only have women agreeing, right, because we feel that makes sense, and then you have other men saying you're a simp, and then you only have a few stragglers saying, yeah, I do that for my wife, X, Y, and Z. How do you think that affects the people who are reading these things?
But that's fine, because what you're supposed to do is stay consistent in your message.
To teach.
I love intelligent dialogue, and I love the ability to teach.
Most times it don't be
right?
intelligent.
No, most
A lot of
times,
people ain't
most
even
times it don't. And guess what? The second it turns disrespectful, I check out.
So you can have a comment or whatever, but I think when you become disrespectful to somebody, that's typically where I will say something.
I can't tell you how many times I wrote paragraphs and deleted it. Like,
Yes.
Ilmo,
Yes.
what are you
Yes.
doing?
Because
That's what I had to do when I started to like pull away.
I be going in sometimes, be like, Lord, forgive me, because I'm about to press it. And sometimes I delete it after because like I don't want to be this person. I be saying, you're gonna burn in hell. I be telling them all kinds of stuff. And I be like, let me just delete it because I'm gonna right in hell with them if I keep.
And
playing
my
around.
girl be
It's
like,
good to get it out though.
Yeah.
and my girl be like, why are you going back and forth with these? And
Yeah.
I'll be like, babe, you know what they said?
Because you still gonna talk about it,
Right.
right?
You know what they said?
Don't let them bother you.
That's my
What
point.
you
No,
think of me doesn't define me.
it doesn't.
But babe,
No, it doesn't. It
That's
doesn't.
what they said.
It doesn't bother me.
Guys,
It's just a lot of times the dialogue be a teaching moment for us.
I just want to say one more thing for referring back to the comments. Like other cultures take pride in taking care of their woman. As soon as me, as my dark skinned self,
You're
say
right.
that I want to live just like these other women who are taken care of, we have issues with even having our men commit. I'm not saying, and you know another thing, no one's gonna say anything about you interrupting me, but they went ham on me like she can't even.
Yep.
Why she keep interrupting him? She's so disrespectful and ghetto, and she's a ghetto hood rat and ain't gonna never get nowhere in life. And I'm just like, well, why y'all be going so hard on me? I can't open my mouth as a woman. Oh, y'all should go back to the old times where you would get slapped for speaking back or whatever. And I'm like, yo, it's not that deep. I'm just saying, I feel as though Black women cannot express that we want to live a life where we are provided for and protected and taken serious and given the ring. In a lot of scenarios, we sit amongst a lot of Black women and Black men,
you're absolutely right.
and they are not married and they're not committed to each other. And it's and there's always an issue with that.
Can I tell you the problem? It's not that Black men don't take pride. I think Black men take so much pride in going the extra effort to make sure that their partner's good. I think after a certain amount of time, when it isn't appreciated, and entitlement steps in over and over and over. This is what y'all don't understand.
What is it?
What y'all don't understand is there is a situation where a man does for you and it's not appreciated.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, just hear me out.
Yeah.
And he begins to feel foolish. If I said that a woman cooked and cleaned and it wasn't appreciated, and that man came home every day after work and totally disregarded her, sat in front of the television and waited for dinner, you would be championing, no, she should be appreciated. So what I'm saying is, look, when we live in a world where a woman can say, it isn't a privilege for a man to take care of me, to go to work and I don't have to work. That's not a privilege. I'm sorry.
Wait.
I don't think that.
Wait, not working?
Damn, hit dogs will holler.
No. I want to understand
being
what you're
funny?
saying. No. I want because I actually want you to clarify
What
that.
what I want to clarify is when we live in a world where the expectation is that a man slaves to make sure a woman is good, which is fine. But in the same breath, there doesn't need to be any appreciation from her part, right? I'll tell you this: there's a bar set for men. If someone says what defines a man, you're going to say provide and protect.
It's not what I'm saying,
No, but that's not
Okay.
it. That's just part of it. That is a big part.
Y'all are the exception.
actually,
can't-
mine is like
you
be a
can't-
decent
You
fucking human
cannot judge the
being.
rule by the exception. If you're talking about the majority, what defines a man, provide and protect.
They don't know what they're
If
talking
I
about.
said
And love.
if I said what defines a woman, there is
What?
having a vagina is what defines a woman.
Wow.
Because listen,
that's
because
the problem.
guess what?
That's how you think as a man. That
no,
you should
it's not. Because if a woman says he doesn't pay the bills, girl, he's not a man. If I say she doesn't cook, she's not your mother. If I
No,
said,
that's
no.
not true.
that's listen. What do you mean that? Oh my!
They don't. They say get another woman, and you do.
No.
You do.
And she don't cook
every
either.
time, right?
Are modern
You gain weight.
relationships suffering from entitlement on both sides?
Yes.
We're talking about high standards, low effort, and are people asking for more but offering less?
Can we have your perspective? Like, what do you think about that? Because I think that you've lived between like two different.
I didn't do a track, but yes, I've been
Wait,
all
is
three
that
generations.
Beijing?
Yes, it is.
See,
You're damn right. This is a full grade.
y'all,
right
this
here.
nigga is 60.
Do you think that modern relationships suffer from entitlement on both sides?
I believe they do.
Did I get that right?
Thank you
Word for
asking
word?
me. Yeah. To get back to what Jada was saying, I believe that now there's too much information out,
Yes.
but I do believe for older gentlemen like myself and Mo that
Gentlemen.
we are more well-rounded,
Let him have it.
so we just have higher expectations
Mhm.
as opposed to seeing what you guys want. We know what we have, we know what we contain, and we just know what we won't settle for.
Mhm.
So it's not really an entitlement thing for us. It's kind of like, listen, we got our shit together and we expect you to come correct.
You know, bringing up social media, sorry, because I wanted to ask this a little earlier the first time this was brought up. In a modern relationship, could you be in a relationship with your partner and not have each other on any socials?
I would prefer that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been trying to get it that way in my relationship. She wants to be included, and I completely get that. But my thing is, support isn't surveillance. That's just my personal opinion. And like,
Mhm.
there's a thin line between what her expectations are and then who I am and like what my content is
Mhm.
and what my
For
feed
sure.
is.
Are we talking about putting them on your pic? Like,
Yeah. Can you clarify that? What?
Like, do
Or
you guys
following
often
each
do
other.
content together? Does she do
No.
content?
But she does her own content. She's a gym girl. So she's a
Okay.
gym girl and like
But
You
never
wouldn't know.
never
you
together.
would go to her page.
Together?
Oh, I
It
No
ain't hard.
crossovers.
No, you have your own page. Cross that.
Yeah.
No, because you know you
I agree.
can add someone like on a post and it'll be both of your
Like a
posts.
collaboration.
Yeah. Like
Did you see what happened with Christy and her man?
Who's Christy?
Oh, they
Christy,
just-
the
yeah, they
divorce.
just broke up.
I never.
Oh.
I think
I
it's
never,
bad luck. Like when I was the happiest, I would post my man and I'd be like, oh my God, we gonna be together forever. Soon as I post him, it's like it takes a day or two, or literally almost the same day. I'm like, what? Now see why I post this man? Because I'm getting ready to leave him today.
It's,
I think there's
it's
a-
a new age tattoo effect because you know when they say
Crazy.
tattoos are bad luck,
Mm.
it's
They are?
basically
What is
a
it?
tattoo of your partner's name is bad luck.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm about to
gotcha.
say I'll be wanting a tattoo every time I'm feeling good.
Oh.
I think
So you're
there's
inviting, I'm sorry, you're just inviting negative energy to your relationship,
Aw.
and your relationship is supposed to be for you.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
if you're already sharing what's going on in your life, and she's sharing what's going on in her life,
Yeah.
that should be it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because how much of it is left for yourself?
I think that the world sees your partner through your eyes. And the way
Wait, like when you post them or?
when you don't post them totally, because I don't think
Okay.
I don't think that if you have a page that your partner should be non-existent. It doesn't mean they're supposed to be under every post, but
Yeah.
whether it's one or two, right? They could be, and it doesn't have to be, oh, this is my baby, blah, blah, blah. But it could just be a candid post in the moment,
Yeah.
right? With
Mhm.
the two of you.
Mm,
Because I just think that once again, the world sees your person through your eyes.
mm.
And they may take that the lack of them on your page as you not acknowledging them.
Oh, you're trying to
Sneaky, I
hide
think.
me.
Or
Yeah,
you
you're trying to hide it.
Yeah, and it's not even her.
It's not
Not even her trying. The outside world.
Or it's the outside world, including her friends. Well, why isn't he doing this?
Yes.
But mind you, before they said, why isn't he doing this? The bills are paid.
Thank you.
We are fine.
Thank you.
We are happy. Why are you worried about that outside noise? And if you're worried about that outside noise, don't say that
Niggas
you're
pay
here
bills
and you don't care
cheap.
about the validation, because it's clear that you care about outside validation.
I don't think it's about. I don't even
That's
think it's
apples and
about
oranges,
outside
actually.
validation.
Huh?
I think that part of
You're an
respect,
orange.
part of respect is how you
Orange.
make me look to other people.
Right.
As
I agree
a
with both of
general
you.
No matter
matter.
what your
Right.
intention is.
Yeah.
And
I think
agree
part
with
of
both
respect
you.
is how you present me to other people.
Mm.
I agree
Mhm.
with both.
And
of
it
you.
doesn't mean that your intent is malicious.
Yeah.
But if your actions make me look as if I don't matter,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's still hurtful.
Yeah.
It's also like you expect men to go at your girl or go after your girl and hit on her.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of that. I care about how you were replying to these
Respond,
people.
yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
And that's just me.
But also, when I see
think that's
a
fair.
man that I know has a girlfriend and they're always together and they don't post them, to me, I'm like, I wonder if he's hiding that he's like, maybe he's not fully committed, or maybe he's trying to still keep space for the girls that he possibly has interest in. I mean, men or women, they don't always want to put their business out, especially if you're not. I mean, honestly, if you're not married, I don't feel like you're obligated to do so.
You're not.
You're not
Yeah.
obligated. If
I don't
you
think
are.
there's ever an
Yeah.
obligation, even if you are
I
married.
agree. Okay,
But-
fine.
I'm be
It's
honest,
okay.
because real talk, you're not obligated because you already got the paperwork, so it really
Yeah.
don't matter.
But I
And
do-
it's my page, so it's like.
But I do think that even though it's your page, partnership is to take that other person into consideration. Like, and because
See, this is crazy.
But
Social
consideration
media
is
has
different.
really affected relationships. This is a big deal. Like, this is such a big deal. Like, just in general, social media, it can be very detrimental to relationships, because this is such, even this small thing, whether you post your person or not, everyone looks at it differently, and it really can affect the longevity of your relationship. A relationship that can be going great based off of if you decide to post them or not.
I think that social media or not, acknowledging that you have a partner is very important. So even if like you're someone who like is building their brand, so they're on social media a lot, so they're always talking or always posting what they're doing or whatever, even if you don't want people to literally see who you're dating, say like, oh, well, today me and my boyfriend did this, or if that's your kind of content or whatever, just like letting your viewers know that you are in a
You have
relationship.
somebody.
If I'm with a man and I know my man is gonna be sought after, sometimes, especially at the beginning, I don't want nobody all up in it. Because if you see him, like some of us have something that everybody wants. And I've had that issue a couple of times. Should your partner have your location?
I actually don't think that anybody has my location.
I always
I've
say
done
that
it
I want
before.
yours.
Your partner doesn't give you a location to surveil them. They give you your location so they can know
Safety.
where you are
Yes.
for the case of safety. So at the end of the day, you are violating their privacy every time you're checking the location
Hold on.
for absolutely no reason.
Excuse me. Did we agree? Did we agree that I only want your location for safety? I did not. I am no. First of all, I have a ton of my friends' location just because
Me
I'm a
too.
nosy bitch. Like, and let's just because that's what we do. I'm not saying I want your location,
I don't
and
want my
this
man
is going
location,
to be
'cause I don't wanna get
for
mine.
safety only. I'm not getting a ticket. I'm not getting penalized if I use it for anything other than safety. Miss me with all that.
Then you
I am
should
going to be checking.
You should be transparent ahead of time and say, listen, I'm going to be checking.
Because
If you don't feel comfortable giving your location, if you don't want it to be checked anytime, because it can be
Let me-
checked at
but-
any time,
but let me tell you how men
then
work.
don't give it.
Let me tell you how men work. It's not about the location. It's about every time you ask me for a random reason, I feel like it's an accusation. And it's like, damn, you don't
Wait,
trust
wait,
me.
That's on you.
Quick,
No.
yeah, no, that is that because that's your perception. That is really
That isn't. When you're like, oh, so what were you doing there at 2 a.m? That isn't. That is.
Is that guilt though? Like,
wait, no, it's actually not an accusation. It's what was you doing there?
Because as your girlfriend,
'Cause
wouldn't
that's what
you
it
be
seems like, guilt.
curious?
It seems like you're. I mean, if you
It's
have
not
nothing to hide, it
guilt.
wouldn't annoy you as much.
No, that's not.
But if I had
true.
nothing to hide, you would know I was there.
I mean, but you clearly ain't say
So
nothing.
when
That's
I
why I'm
ask the
asking.
question, you can simply say I was at my
I'm asking, you
homeboy's
didn't
house.
say
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't have to ask because I'm
And
going to tell you I'm at my homeboy's house.
and then-
Okay,
That's
and
what
if you
happened.
If you
didn't,
follow up and you check my location, that means you don't trust
And
me.
then wait a minute. I don't have to answer to you every single place I
Right,
go.
that's
to.
my point.
Once I
agree.
once I leave the house and I go, babe, I'm going out tonight. I'm gonna be here with such and such. I don't got time to answer 100 questions. Like I'm not a child.
No, but I agree with that. I don't
Yeah.
like being like,
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
question.
being questioned and followed.
Okay. Can I also make another statement?
Go for
Just
it.
because I can see where you're at doesn't mean I'm always going to question you. But if I want to know, like, hey, what's over there? It's just a question. No, like, it is literally just a Rome. You just said I wouldn't have to check because I would be telling you. You would be updating me with your every move. If you even say I'm going out with the guys tonight, it's just like, okay, I might not even ask like where exactly you guys going.
I would
You
tell
guys might be going here. You would tell me, but I can go here and be like, okay, they went to this club.
I'm good.
2
I have a
o'clock.
question.
Okay, they went over here. I'm not gonna question you about it. I can see
You're
you
already
went.
questioning
How?
because
looking.
you're in the phone.
So
Okay.
what?
What
You
makes
gave it to
you
me.
trust?
You gave it to me to not use.
You have a
Maybe I can check to see is he on his way home. All right, he'll be here in 40 minutes.
question.
You can have fun with your boys. I don't have to ask you a damn
What
thing.
needs an
I can
answer?
see.
The only time I'm concerned about your location is when something like, okay,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten in contact with you and you're not home at by a certain time. Like I'm not beasting to make sure you come home by a certain time. But if you are a routine person,
Right.
I like routine. You know, that just makes me feel comfortable. So once you're off the routine, I
That's
just feel like
autism.
there should be, yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
I know that now
Mhm.
for sure. So once the routine is not routining, that's when I'm just like, yeah, now I'm worried. My heart starts
No,
racing.
Trust me, I understand
I'm like,
exactly
where's my
what you're
man?
saying. Like it again, for me, it's safety.
Mhm.
Because if I hear from you before I go to bed, like, hey, are you coming home late?
Yeah.
It literally could be 11 o'clock. And I'm like, are you coming home soon? You coming home late? Just let me know.
I think, and you
Because
know what?
then I can go to bed and I'm not worried.
I
And,
think-
and
I
I'm a
think-
worrier. So for me, just like remove that feeling of worry, because then I'm gonna be up. I won't be able to sleep. I'm gonna be in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to do, again, for me, it's safety. It has to do with just like communicating and like just being clear about what's what. But when you're not answering calls, you're not answering texts, you're not like communicating what's what, then what is it that you would think I'm gonna be led to believe?
Then I think the best way to word this is that sharing the location is okay when it's for the sake of
Safety.
concern or safety,
Yes.
rather than when it's just to feed the bottomless hole that is insecurity and lack of trust.
Surveillance.
And control.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and control.
Yeah.
Because once you open up that box
Exactly.
doesn't close.
It's a two-way street. You can't demand my location and you're not
And
gonna
that's-
be forthcoming with yours.
Ask Amanda. Hi,
When you
Amanda.
kids, you
I
don't need 'em.
recently started dating my boyfriend about 2 months ago. And earlier this month, he told me that he's expecting a baby with his ex. He said that they'd been on and off for years. And the last time they were together, about 7 months ago, was a mistake. He says their relationship was toxic with infidelity and constant arguing, and that he tried earlier in the pregnancy to make things work, but it just didn't. Now he's very clear that he does not want to be with her romantically, but he does not want to be present in his child's
Oh
life.
my goodness.
I knew it early on, but it is a great relationship.
Mm-mm.
We spend a lot of time together. We have great sex, chemistry, and I've introduced him to my family. The difficult part is his mom and the situation with the baby's mother. I haven't met his family yet, but his mom recently found out about me. Since then, she's been encouraging him to get back with his ex for the sake of the baby.
Yeah, go back.
And I know the baby's mother wants him from things he said. He told me I am who he wants to be with, and he sees a future with me and begged me not to leave him. I support him being an active father and understand I won't be his top priority anymore. But a part of me feels like I have to protect my heart and what happens when the baby is born and emotions are high. I have fallen in love with this man, but I don't know what my next move should be. Do I stay, set boundaries, and help him with his co-parenting, or leave because I am already feeling insecure about the situation?
I think a man, even in that situation, can balance that situation respectfully between all parties if his intentions are in the right place. I don't think it has anything to do with the situation. What you have to be concerned with is the character of that man. And if you have a man with the right character, you can place him in any situation and he will figure it out and it will work out. If his intentions aren't right, even if that wasn't the situation, it wouldn't work out. So I don't think that it has anything to do with the situation. She has to look at, who am I dealing with? what is his true character, and do I believe that he's here for me? And if he is, it can work.
She feels like they have a great relationship. She should make it work.
Yeah, I think
In helping co-parent.
I think if he is, I think you don't ignore
I'm
signs.
asking a question.
I think if he has proven himself to be a dedicated and responsible human being, I don't think anything's going to change because a child came into that.
Well, she did mention the fact that the priority will be the baby.
Can I ask a question? They've been together how many months?
2.
And let's.
How much can you learn about that?
No. Let's understand the timeline. So they've been together 2 months, and he's just now telling her that he has a child on the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's the red flag.
I mean, is it though? Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, because he actually did say, what did he say earlier? That he tried earlier in the pregnancy to make things work, but it just didn't. So he knew from early on.
But let me say this: he could have. We don't know how long this pregnancy has been going on, right? Could have been 6 months.
7 months.
He could have been 7 months. He could have been trying before they even met, right? Now, let me say this: he could have met her. They could have gone on 4 dates in a month, and he's trying to gauge, is this someone I really want to be with? By the time they got to the second month, he's like, wow, this is someone I really want to explore a future with. So therefore, let me be transparent and let me present the situation. I think that there's a level of respect that should be given to that man, where he's presenting to her what it is, rather than allowing her to move forward, not knowing what she's getting herself into.
But the thing is that he actually should have disclosed that earlier, because by not disclosing that, he's taking away her right to make an informed decision.
I don't think that's true, because
But
why
listen,
would you-
wait, can I finish?
Sure.
The problem is that if you have a child on the way and you're out dating, failure to disclose, first of all, it seems nefarious, first and foremost. And it's just a red flag. If you have a kid on the way and you're literally out here actively dating, you don't make that clear, you're literally leading the other person on, because perhaps they like you. Y'all having a good time. Vibes are cool.
She said she's in love.
That's what I'm saying. Like, vibes are cool.
Something's wrong with her.
No. Let's be sorry, Rome, but let's be real. I really feel like by him omitting that information and not sharing it was very
telling.
Yeah, it's very telling on what's to come, because at some point, let's just say you've met her, and let's just say things go great. Things go great, and you're just being the ultimate positive person. You're literally selling her a dream. She doesn't know that you have the baggage of a child.
Future faking.
But
you don't have the wait. You don't have the baggage of you're not telling her that you have the baggage of a child. You're not telling her that you have the baggage of a child's mother. You're not telling her that you have the baggage of potential custody issues, baggage of child support issues, all these different things. So you're literally taking away that.
We didn't even meet the family yet, and the family already rooting for the baby.
But let's also remember that we have no context about the situation.
We have plenty.
I think every last one of us have gone on a first date with someone that we didn't think we were ever going to speak to.
I'm not saying
wait. Let me finish. Where we've gone on a first date with a person, and we think, all right, we're never really going to speak to this person again. We may get a call from that person 2 weeks later, and for some reason, that conversation goes really well. We go out again, and we're like, oh, wow, this person's cool, right? We go out again. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, no one has to present their entire life to someone that they're not really seeing or exploring a future with. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Erin.
I don't care about being right.
No, I know. It's not about right or wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but all I'm saying is I don't think that you need to be totally vulnerable and expose your entire life to someone.
60 days, 2 months. So, I'm sorry, having a child on the way.
Yeah, that's deep.
Come on now.
That is something that will help me determine whether I want to go on
2 months, 2 months to 2 years. 2 months might be literally 3 days.
Perhaps, but that's still something that you should disclose.
So
it's a child,
and 2 months could possibly be spending every single day together for the past 60 days.
Because it's only been 2 months.
Rachel just
Should
did
be
that
good,
the
though.
other day on the episode of Friends I was watching.
I think that's crazy.
Gotta stop watching that bullshit.
I don't think that's future faking.
I think you should.
I think the reason he divulged what's going on is because he does see a future.
That's
with her.
backwards track.
I would actually love to hear another man's perspective because like
Yeah,
while I understand what you're saying based on timelines, there is so much that comes with
Mhm.
having a baby on the way.
And that's your future that you're putting on the line. Like, I could literally be with someone who doesn't have that situation and have a smoother journey with that person.
You could be with someone that doesn't have that situation and still not have a smoother journey with that person.
Yeah, but I'd rather not have that added to it as well. Kids are a lot of responsibility.
He at the end of the day, he took away her opportunity to make an informed decision.
2 months, point blank, she's being stigmatized. He's putting it down. He lied. He omitted. His family has already said that they would rather him be back with the baby mama. You were in the honeymoon stage of this. You're lying to yourself. There's plenty of other men out there.
Amen.
And even if the plenty of other men aren't this good, so to speak,
It's better than
they're
this.
not coming with a child that's on the way. And now you're also talking about helping
co-parent.
another man's child.
Wild.
I actually want him to write into the show and tell me what moves he's doing on this woman because they're clearly working. On that note, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us.
Let me get
And I
myself
wanna
together.
say thank you again for Mo for showing up for us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
love
this was a
having you.
great part 2.
Mo got the mange and he still came.
Also, Jada, thank you for coming.
Thank
We
you.
love your
been
help.
Thanks for joining us.
Getting
Don't
attacked.
forget to join our Patreon, please. And make sure you like, subscribe, and follow to our Instagram, YouTube, and leave
And
good
TikTok.
comments.
Yeah.
You
And
might find us
TikTok.
on live sometime.
Go for it, you know? And we don't mind you supporting us. We do mind being surveilled.
Hey.
Whoa.
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
Good night.
Ain't it the
One more thing.
table?
Check out Safe Tax. We
Ooh.
file all 50 states. So if you need your taxes done, holler at us. We specialize in maximizing your return.
Time is coming.
If you ever want to ride in style, make sure you hit up Jet Black Rentals. We'll take you where you gotta go.
And since we're doing promos, Cake by Mandy on Instagram. Get your Valentine's Day flower baseboard.
www.quickclean.net.
I'm
Hey.
so sorry.
And if
looking
you
at
ever
one
need a
of us.
tow, go to MJCS Towing. If you, we'll pick you right up.